Halo Sobat Aliver, jumpa lagi di channel Mas CK. Semoga kita diberi kesehatan yang maha kuasa dan dilancarkan rezekinya. Amin. Di video kali ini, kita akan melihat 6 reaktor dari mancanegara yang akan mengkoreksi Mas Alip Bata yang akan bermain gitar. Dan tidak usah lama-lama, mari kita lihat videonya.
What is up, my Alipers? It's Omar Rodriguez, and welcome back to the Metal Mixtape. And this is a long-anticipated and long-waited for the Godfather theme song, fingerstyle cover by the one, the legend, Alipata. So here it is, the Godfather theme song, fingerstyle cover by Alipata.
Holy cow, that's gorgeous. I'm going to go back a little bit. Just because I loved his use of harmonics, but more importantly, not more importantly, but the thing that caught my attention is he's playing a certain crispness to the notes that almost makes it sound like a 12-string guitar. I had to double check that he didn't have any extra strings on there. It's just, you know, the normal 6, but it sounded like a 12-string. That was really cool.
Harmonics, y'all. There's like one or two of them that feel like they're not totally standing out, but the point's getting across, y'all. The point's getting across. And I almost like can't tell when he's doing like a hammer-on versus an actual like harmonic. Wild. Like, it's wild.
What a beautiful arrangement. I don't think there's any denying the talent and the capabilities he has as a guitar player. What I really love about this, there's a few things I want to pull out of this that so far is making this performance super cool. Because I can enjoy that because I know how hard it is to do that and how much work it takes. So let's go ahead and continue. I'll go back a little bit.
Ooh, he's bending the strings too on that backside of the nut. So like, I know y'all, a bunch of y'all probably know this, but if you didn't know, the string is set to like a certain tension, right? And that's, you get like the pitch out of it from the tension. And then so if you push that, then it tightens the string and it goes up in pitch, right? That makes sense. You see it more so on like those, the trem bars, right? The whammy bars or like the Floyd Roses and stuff. But that's how you do it on an acoustic guitar. You don't want to bend your neck too much. Like you could do like a little like subtle bend on the neck, but you don't want to do it that much. And when you bend the neck, it's going down in tension. You're loosening it off, right? You're bringing the headstock closer to the body, which is going to loosen off the pitch. So full of the techniques tonight, y'all. Like, he finishes his riff with his left hand, and then he picks the note back up with the harmonic in his right hand. So I'm pretty sure that was like a lateral move from like the same note to the same note, but he's got to move his left hand again, so let the harmonic ring out on this side and move your hand back to the next chord. That was tough. That was wild.
I really like that. What I think's happening here is he's kind of, playing the theme and then doing his own little run thing that I don't think those runs were in the original soundtrack, but I think it's a really, like, if it is something he's added, it's always you have to be very confident if you're going to add things to a classic piece of music like this. And I think he's doing it absolute justice when he does that.
Okay, so before we get into, the next movement that he's playing, these choices that he's making to play these notes, I love the little ad-lib riffing in the passages. He does the melody and he fills it in a little bit with his own spirit, his own soul, his own performance. But there are many choices a guitar player can make for a note. And what I mean by that is they could play a note probably, 2 or 3 places on a guitar, but in each place on the guitar, the tone will change a little bit. Though it might be the same exact note, is played down here, here, and here, and here. The fact of the matter is he's taken the liberty of taking some of these notes and has really decided to say, well, I'm going to highlight that note using the harmonics. And that's what I love about it. And I also love the fact that he gave it that little spin in his arrangement, So hang on, something went wrong. If you see an edit here, I'm fixing something, but let's get back to it.
Just one other thing, it's easy to get lost in what he's playing, and I'm trying to also keep an eye on the technical things that he's doing, and he's throwing in so many different techniques. I'm not going to call them all out. I'm just going to kind of marvel a little bit at how smoothly he's able to incorporate all of these different techniques.
Wow. I like that you can even hear like the extra bits of the strings here. I almost said skins. The extra bits of the strings. I like how you can even like hear them rattling. Like if anyone ever questioned that this wasn't actually happening, like that would be all the proof I ever needed. But like, wow, man. Wow.
That was amazing. That was beautiful. That was the one and only Alip.
Itulah tadi videonya sobat. Gimana menurut kalian para musisi yang telah mengkoreksinya? Jangan lupa like dan subscribe supaya tidak ketinggalan video berikutnya.